Good evening, everyone. Welcome to another edition of Tuesday 10 with CadChica Sports. I am Sunny Cadwallader, your host, also known as CadChica on Twitter. Tuesday 10 is a quick 10-minute chat with leaders and up-and-comers in the world of sports, from business and marketing to media to social media to education and many more. Before I bring on my guest tonight, I want to thank Q1 Productions for allowing me to be a media partner for the Digital Sports Fan Engagement Conference. The Digital Sports Fan Engagement Conference will be held March 3rd and 4th in Dallas, Texas. I'll have more on that later, or you can check the comment section of the event page here on Google Plus for more details on how to register. One of the speakers at this conference I look at her as an innovator and leader in the world of digital media and fan engagement. I actually met her back in May at the Sports Social TV Summit. A mouthful, I know. But her name is Stephanie Schneider. Stephanie is from the America's Cup. And why don't you say hello and introduce yourself, Stephanie?
Hi, Sunny. Thank you for that nice introduction. Like you said, I was with the America's Cup. The 34th America's Cup was here in San Francisco, and it finished up on September 25th with Oracle Team USA mounting a huge comeback to beat Emirates Team New Zealand. So I had the pleasure and luck to be a part of the marketing team, specifically looked after all the digital marketing and worked with our social media, fan engagement, and it was a real wild ride, and now I'm here.
Wild ride indeed. It's such a wild ride. It caused the Prime Minister of New Zealand to tweet "bugger" at the end when it was all said and done. I mean, you had a worldwide audience. I mean, it probably posed some challenges. Now that you've had time to sit back, evaluate, take a breath, reconnect with people, what were some of your takeaways from that?
It was just a wonderful thing to be a part of. We worked on it for over 2 years, at least my small team did, and to see something come to such an exciting finish was really neat. And I feel like we were able to bring the sport to a bunch of people who normally wouldn't have watched yachting or sailing. So to reach that attention at the end felt really good. It was really wonderful to be along on the ride with our fans. We had amazing fans, like you said, all over the world. So digitally and socially, it was interesting. Timing-wise, we could talk to people at all times of the day. Sailing is a much bigger sport in other countries than it is here in the U.S. So making sure that they felt a part of it, as well as getting that real local home team USA going as well. So it was a wild ride, and I feel like the app was one of the coolest things that we got to work on, and that's what I'll be talking about at the conference too.
I love the app because of the pictures, the visual nature of it. I can't remember the specific names. What were some of the different parts, or what was your favorite parts of the app that,
Sure.
or the most feedback that you heard about?
Yeah, so a lot of people talk about their apps as second screen. So for us, it would have been if you were at the event here in San Francisco along the waterfront, where it was free to attend and watch the racing, there wasn't one place where you could watch the whole race course. So for us, the app was really important for the fan to be able to see what was happening at a different turn or at the finish line if they happened to be at a different location. So it was a pretty important piece for the fan to experience the whole America's Cup race, especially in those last races where the boats were so close and one turn could really, change the outcome of the race and the overall standings. So one was the feed, so being able to see the TV feed. A big part of what I worked on, what I really liked, was the social aspect. So, as the day was going on and the race was coming, everyone in New Zealand was getting fired up, and, they were having breakfast parties all over their country, and here in the U.S. it was the afternoon, and in Europe it was the evening. So watching everyone kind of come together at this one time and, do some smack talking and really connect over their fan, as well as did you see what happened, or did you hear what he said? And then also there's an audio feed from the boat, so you could pick to listen to which skipper you wanted to. And I thought that was really neat. I enjoyed listening to the skippers and hearing them call out their strategy and kind of, they never really talk about the other boat, but that they're thinking about the other boat.
Oh yeah, the competition. I mean, it doesn't matter what event or sporting event you're involved in, competition just, it brings it out. You got to know what your competitor's doing. You got to know what the competition, how you stack up against them. Some of the pictures that I saw, it was just amazing. I mean, seeing the height that the boats got off the water, I liked it. I enjoyed seeing that. I enjoyed seeing all the different aspects of the app. I think the panel that you're going to be on at this conference, it's kind of similar to what you did at the conference I spoke with you at in May. It's called Second Screen Best Practices on Utilizing Mobile Applications. What did you get your choice of which panel to speak on, or is that panel what drew you to be part of the hashtag DSFE14?
Yes, it is actually. I was able to speak with them about different parts of America's Cup, and I think I started working with them just before the America's Cup ended, so I didn't know what was going to happen, and so we were just about to embark on that really amazing finish. But something that I really loved working on, and I actually hadn't even launched it when I last saw you at the last conference. That would have been in May. Yeah, so we launched the app. We got it done just in time. Our team was amazing, and they launched it right before the event started in July. So to watch it in just 3 short months grow to something where everyone had to have it, they needed to watch it while they were watching it either on YouTube or on television or in person, but watching the fans connect and just watching sheer number grow each day was really fun as I checked in daily to see what people were saying right before the race started. It was nice to see so many new users. It was nice that they were crashing our app because there were so many people using it. So each day we had to start. That's when we knew we had a good thing. So we put some more effort behind it, and really seeing that people were coming back. They were spending a lot of time on there. And I enjoyed interacting with the fans myself as a part of America's Cup, as well as seeing friends and family use the app. So when it came up what I wanted to talk about, I really wanted to touch on the fan engagement through the app and how you can really reach out to your fans that way. So, yeah.
That's fantastic. Unfortunately, I will not be able to attend, so hopefully there will be some kind of a live stream or video, because I enjoyed you speaking at that conference that we met at before, and I know you're going to be very insightful and bring some solid visuals, some solid information that the attendees will enjoy. Will you be able to take part in some of the conference yourself? I mean, just as an observer or listener, or?
Yeah, I'm really excited to learn from the other sports. Being a sailing event, you're not as mainstream here in the U.S. as your NBA, NFL, MLB. So seeing what the big guys are doing and seeing how we can apply that to a smaller sport, as well as talking to people that are a little bit more of a niche market. And I think that our app will be so much better next time. So learning the ways that we can improve upon it, and everything's changing so fast. So it'll be neat to see what's going to come for the next Cup too.
What do you hope to walk away with after the conference, whether it's from a panelist perspective or just an attendee perspective? Are there certain panels or speakers that you're hoping to hear from?
Yeah, I think the best part of conferences is always the face-to-face interaction and getting to see people that you admire and see people and talk about the work that they've done. So besides the
like how I met you, that's how I met you.
Yes, exactly. That's my favorite part usually. But really, I love to find out what apps people are using, what is the technology they love that makes their job easier, just to kind of get that inside info and try to keep up. So I'll be wanting to talk to people to see what they're working on and what's coming up next. I think that's always exciting.
Okay, so from a fan perspective, since you mentioned downloading apps, finding out what their favorite apps are, what are some of the favorite apps that you use personally, or that helped you along the way plan for the America's Cup?
Sure, that's a good question. I think it's a very personal answer too when I ask people what's their favorite app. Looking at my phone, Instagram has really just grown for me. It's become the #1 that I go to on my phone first and many times per day, and I like obviously keeping the news. Something happened yesterday in my neighborhood. I wanted to know what was going on. Twitter, obviously, was the first thing I went to. I also really like Time Hop. It's an app that shows you what you were doing using your social media connections in your profile. So what you were doing on that day 1 year ago. So it says, you know, a year ago today, I was working on the America's Cup and, you know, doing testing for the app or something.
What's that called? What's it called again?
Called Time Hop.
Time Hop. Okay.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Okay.
And then there's this other cool one in San Francisco called Sprig. It's Sprig, and it delivers meals to you. It's got 3 options. They're from Google chefs that have moved on, and they do a private cooking, and they will deliver for $10 a healthy or somewhat organic meal to your door. So when you're working late or just doesn't have time to cook, it's nice to have that option of takeout.
I think I need to move to San Francisco for that one. That sounds
we're lucky here, yeah.
That sounds phenomenal. Well, Stephanie, our time is just about up. Is there any last bits of information you wanted to share with our audience or anything like that?
I just wanted to say thank you for having me. It went by really fast, and I'm looking forward to connecting with everyone at the conference. If anyone has any follow-ups, feel free to contact with me on Twitter.
And what's your Twitter handle?
It's at Steph Schneider.
Okay, you heard that, at Steph Schneider. My thanks again to Q1 Productions for allowing me to be a media partner for the Digital Sports Fan Engagement Conference and letting me interview some of the speakers. Stephanie is the first of 4 that I will have. I will have 3 more coming in the 2nd, 3rd, and 4th weeks of February. You'll have to stay tuned to find out who they are. There's more information about the conference and how you can get $100 off using a special code to the conference on the events page here on Google+. Thank you again to Stephanie, and thanks to Q1, and thanks to everyone for tuning in, and we'll talk to you later.